The Fair Street Historic District isn't the busiest area in Jackson anymore, but when it was, Peaches was the spot to eat. Where Laura Peaches Ephraim opened the soul food restaurant in 1961, and it stayed open for 54 years. Now, Miss Peaches died on Sunday after a battle with pancreatic cancer just 2 days after her 94th birthday. I sat down with Miss Peaches and her son Roderick just a few weeks ago.
She told me on her first day, she just sold hot dogs. And then from that, you know, she bought a bag of black-eyed peas, and then from that, the menu just grew and grew.
In 1948, when she left Utica for Jackson, Ephraim had no idea that she would become a legend. The sharecropper's daughter only had $8 to her name. But what she would own and what she would go by changed about a decade later while waitressing at the Blackstone Cafe.
He was a World War II vet, and he would come in, and she always told me so. When nobody waited on him, he was so mean. And you know, all the women say, well, I ain't waiting on him. Then Mama said, come on here, I got you, I'm gonna wait on you. And then all of a sudden, well, where Peach at? Where my Peaches at? Y'all get out of my face. Then all the girls started teasing, come out here, Peaches, he out here. Then he started carrying, I don't want nobody to wait on me but Peaches. Yeah, and that's where her nickname came in.
He would say, you so sweet. You need to run your own restaurant.
That World War II veteran sparked a light.
I couldn't run no business because I didn't have no money.
And with the help of a friend named J.C. Arsenal, Peaches took a leap of faith and landed on her feet.
The line would be on the outside, and it was so hot, people wouldn't leave. And I used to tell Mom, why they still waiting? They'd be waiting on the booth to come in there. A lot of the entertainers would say, well, we couldn't go nowhere else to eat, so we used to come down to Miss Peaches.
In the still segregated South, Peaches was a safe haven for many. Activists working on voting rights used her place to meet. It was one of the few lunch counters that didn't discriminate.
Medgar Evers used to come by, you know, a lot and get a cup of coffee because he had an office on Fair Street himself. And a lot of times she say they would have, you know, private meetings, you know, in the back of her restaurant, maybe 2 or 3 guys.
B.B. King, Muhammad Ali, and even former President Barack Obama have eaten at Peaches. Obama made the restaurant a stop on his first campaign trail. We interviewed her the day after he won.
All I can say, we come from a mighty long ways.
Her passion for making people feel at home is what brought the restaurant to its peak and brought people from near and far. Peaches kept a book that visitors from San Diego, Ethiopia, and even Sweden have signed.
On her heydays, Mama would roughly make anywhere from $4,000 to $5,000 a day.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, for a small spot like that.
At one time, she had 3 locations across the city, but time caught up to her body. And working 16 hours a day wasn't doable anymore.
I remember just coming to the restaurant one evening. It was in '94, and she had told me she was tired. Well, son, I'm tired. I want you to just do everything yourself. And I ain't never heard Mama say she was tired.
Naturally, Roderick, who was raised in the restaurant, took over. He had hoped that the Fair Street area would return to its former glory, but when it didn't, he closed the restaurant in 2015. Roderick hopes to one day reopen Peaches right here on Fair Street. Candace Coleman, WJTV 12.